ask the people to announce all the people to sit in the front.
Okay. Move in front.
Good evening, everyone. Can I get everyone to be seated right in front to move forward? Right, thank you. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Young Corporate Malaysians, the CEO series featuring Young William Tengku Farith Rithauddeen, the Group CEO and co-founder of SKALI. We are honored today to have Young William Tengku Farith Rithauddeen as our speaker for today, and we are looking forward to hear from him about his successful career background and to learn more about his company and corporate experience. Before we proceed, I would like to invite Dimishra Sitampalam from Young Corporate Malaysia to give a quick introduction about YCM.
Friends and colleagues, YCM was established in January 2008 by a group of young professionals based in Kuala Lumpur. The objective of the YCM is to build a network of young professionals through the informative events like this. YCM organizes a monthly CEO series and an annual summit attended by CEOs and young professionals through various industries. YCM's membership is open to all young professionals from the age of 21 to 30. Our events, however, shall be open to all interested members of the public. Membership of YCM is free. Do leave your business card and various other details with the guys outside. You know, if you want to be notified about future events and so on.
Without further ado, I would like to invite Young William Tengku Farith Rithauddeen to deliver his speech, followed by a question and answer session.
Maybe I'll just use it. Thank you very much. Esteemed organizers of YCM, thank you for inviting me. Today I'm supposed to be here before, quite some time ago. I didn't have the time, I'm traveling. I've done a presentation actually just to help me guide through my talking point. I have this problem of rambling off tangent. So I don't want to do that because everybody here wants to go home with substance in what I talk about. I'll try to do that. And thank you for coming. I mean, I just want to know a show of hands. I think I saw the list of registration out there. Some do work for JLCs. Can I have a show of hands of people working for JLCs? Yeah, okay, can I do? Okay, takut, tak apa. Okay, private sector, big corporations like MNCs. I saw some names over there. Multinationals. Yeah. Oh, we have a good mix of both GLCs. Students. Oh, wow, thank you. And what about SMEs? Running SMEs themselves and so on. Yeah. Good, thank you. Well, I mean, I'm very delighted to see a good mix of all types of young professionals and so on. Thank you. Thanks. Hello? Can you wait? Yeah. Okay. Can I have the next? I'm going to talk about what future will be like, because I do travel a lot, especially in ASEAN countries. We're expanding. SKALI is a e-business and e-government provider. We do open source solutions. As you know, open source is free. So what we fundamentally do is that we take free software and we charge it to our clients. Fundamentally. But so of course, you know, we put the services at the value add so that you don't have headache with open source. And you save a lot of cost compared to the likes of the other multinational companies. Now, we've seen this before. I mean, everybody knows this. The world's most innovative companies in 2011, last year. I don't think they've come out with the report as yet. But you can see that number 1 is Apple. And last year, it was, in 2010, it was number 3. Twitter is number 2 last year, but in 2010, it was number 50. Huge jump. But look at Facebook, it dropped from number 1 to number 3. Look at Nissan and Lumpur. In 2010, it wasn't even in the radar screen. But they became the 4th innovative company and the 5th innovative company, Nissan and Lumpur. Next slide. What does this mean? Competition will be intense. Remember that in the car, the mirror says, the object in the mirror is closer than you think. Well, it is. But sometimes it doesn't really appear until it sideswipes you. It is really intense right now. And I run an IT company, and competition is tremendous, where you don't realize the competition where it's coming from, and suddenly it appears. Malaysia will be extremely challenged within ASEAN, other ASEAN countries, and obviously China. Okay? Traditional markets, people that we sell to, our good friends in the States and Europe, they can't afford as much as from us as before. This will really impact our personal income. Because how do organizations, multinationals, SMEs, GLCs afford to pay people, professionals like yourself? How do entrepreneurs survive if these accounts, their earnings are deteriorated because of the global economy? How do we become a higher income nation when the people that we are selling to can't really afford us anymore? And the things that we used to do, other countries and other people are doing it much more efficient and much cheaper than us. This is the questions that I keep asking myself. I know we have this plan of becoming a higher income nation. But the question, I don't see how we're going to do this. Okay? I see it on the ground, I go to other countries, and I can't see, and I see a lot of people doing things a lot faster than we are. So I'm worried. As a Malaysian, I'm really worried. Do we produce a new generation of leaders? Everybody is in this room, I would say you are the crème. You come here because you want to listen. But do we talk to some of our contemporaries? Okay? People who are fresh from graduates, students coming up. Do we talk to our colleagues? I talk to a lot of the youth and younger generation in Indonesia, in Vietnam. I converse with them because IT is a very young industry. Okay? So the joke is that I'm an old man in the IT industry because of my gray hair. But I tell them this is blonde, not gray. Okay? So I dye my hair blonde. But the thing is that the masses of younger generation in Malaysia, we should be worried about. Because we are spoon-fed. We are cushioned. Okay? Things are great. Food is cheap. 24 hours a day, you can go cari makan kat kedai mamak. Okay? It's affordable still. you go back home to your parents, you've got somebody to help you cook, and so on. Okay? We are actually very, very pampered. But the pampering will not be here for long, because we will be really challenged by our way of life and how we do things. We're challenged by other countries, and we're going to be asking. Things are going to be a lot different in the years, very short years to come. And my message to you guys is that we have to really wake up fast. Because if we don't, it's like that. It's like that frog. Slowly the temperature increases until you don't realize it and it's cooked. Okay? But we need a shock in the system, okay, to really wake us up. Because when I talk to a lot of the youth out there, I'm concerned because they don't realize these things. They go and party, tweet, and Facebook, and so on, but they don't realize what's happening. And this is the things that we're doing. And I see the Indonesians, I see the Vietnamese, I see the Thais. I see, students coming out in Myanmar, how hungry they are compared to our youth. I'm very concerned. Next slide, please. West Malaysia's wealth. 56% of GDP comes from services. What services? Banking, insurance. Okay? These are things that we sell to ourselves. Right? Manufacturing, 28%. Things that we manufacture and export out. Multinationals, people here from Africa, they keep that money in themselves. They don't distribute. The only thing that they distribute in multinationals is when they pay people salaries. But where does the money go? It's expected out. And like I said, what's been manufactured here is gone. It's been manufactured in Vietnam, China. And obviously, the people that we were selling to traditionally don't really have that money anymore, because they were actually borrowing money to buy the stuff from us. And now they can't pay themselves back, or, well, they can't pay the people they owe to, which is China and Japan, and probably us. Agriculture is 7%. Well, that's part of that. Okay, we've got that. But as commodities, we know the experience in commodities, what happens? It fluctuates the price. When new things come up, what will happen in palm oil? Right? And we have other competition in palm oil. We have Indonesians and so on. And then there's the government. The government pumps the money in to help the economy. Okay? Contractors get projects, infrastructure gets built, services have to be maintained. Okay? It goes to organizations and entrepreneurs and SMEs, they pay people salaries. But we all know that the government is borrowing money to make sure the government operations are running. How long will that survive? Next slide. Should we be worried? I think we all should be. Because we need to really ask ourselves, where are we going from here? Malaysia is at a really crossroads. We're talking about this middle income trap. We're like in the middle, stuck in between. We can't be low cost, we can't be high innovation driven. So what do we do? What do we need? Next slide. One is attitude. I see a lot of people, well, I see CVs. I see young people coming to get jobs at SKALI and organizations. They have 2 years working experience and they switch to other jobs. We ask them why. Well, experience and so on. We ask them again why. It's really for a higher pay. But are you worth the value of what you are getting paid? I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a business owner. If I pay somebody $1, I want to get $5 out of them. Okay? As an entrepreneur, that's what you do. Okay? As a business. And who you work for, they are asking the same thing too. You must create that value. Now, a lot of people jump ship, jump jobs because of higher pay. But I always ask, what can you learn in 2 years if you switch jobs all the time? You get comfortable, you get learn, you may become a senior executive, that position, and you get offered a new job, okay, a higher pay, a new position, but in substance, do you have what it takes? I will share your experience with SKALI is that our first big break was 38, a customer that subscribed to us, 38 ringgit a month subscription. It was for a simple hosting service. Okay? And that customer was back in Negara, Malaysia. Okay, 38 ringgit a month. 1 month. And I think my salespeople have to go and service them 3 or 4 times, go to their offices and so on, their office. And probably I think their parking is 6 ringgit an hour. So I don't think we make money with 38 ringgit a month. But if we had that lousy attitude saying that it's about money, we will never have Negara as our customer. And following that, Negara liked our services. Okay? We were just providing a secondary hosting for them. Their main website was hosted at their premises. After 3 or 4 months, their main website was coming down a lot. They switched to our data center to be hosted at us. And they put the secondary at their office. Then we charged them more. And they liked the value when they put the services up. After a while, we had millions of dollars in contracts with Negara. So that is about, you need to work at it. We need to work at the value before we ask the money from people. Before you ask for that job, say, I should be expected to pay you 5,000. Ask yourself, what value have you created to claim and to ask for that salary a month for you? Do you have that substance? Because if you are overselling yourself, people will be really disappointed. Because people pay you for what the value. We're in a capitalistic world. Whatever people pay you is the value that they attach you. If you pay a Mercedes that's 400,000, that's the value. But if you pay a Proton 80,000, that's the value of that asset that you have. We live in a capitalistic world. So this is the rules of the game. So are you worth that salary that you are getting paid? Is that experience that you work, the knowledge, the network that you have built is enough to earn that revenue? If not, be realistic. Because the guy in Vietnam, the guy in Indonesia, they will be a lot cheaper than you. So you must provide that value. Okay? Thank God the Indonesians and the Thais and the Vietnamese don't know English as much as we do. But when they do know English, okay, when they can sell to the Masaleh, okay, when they parlez-vous français, okay, that is when we should be really working. Next. Your comfort zone. I have this in my team at SKALI. Everybody is stuck with their comfort zone. Okay? Now, it's like going for a stress test, a fitness stress test. I asked the doctor, who invented the stress test for your heart? Because it's really tiring. Right? Because that's the purpose, to see how far you can go before you collapse. So, and who's gone for a stress test? Everybody's young, nobody's gone for a stress test here, bro. Except for me. Okay? Well, stress test is very simple. They put a whole bunch of things on your chest. If you have a heavy chest, it hurts after that. Okay? So shave before that. But they put everything there to monitor your heart, and then you go on the treadmill. First thing's easy, you feel macho, very good, no problem, and then they keep increasing the intensity, the speed, and also the height of the treadmill until you get, oh God, this is tiring. And they go by stages. The higher the stage, that's how fitness you are, how fitter you are. So if you take a lot of teh tarik, like my good friend Farith here, yeah, and nasi kandar, which my friend just invited me. After this, we go for nasi kandar and stuff. We're not going to survive stage 3. To be honest with you, okay? So, you know, that is how you must stress yourself. And as younger people, the other day I had a discussion with a CEO, and they said that there's this bright chap in his organization, and he said it's brilliant. Straight A's, very vocal, very open-minded, versatile. He gave the new assignment to this young guy. But this young guy rejected. Why? Because he was scared. He was scared of exposure, scared of this new thing. It's not really that new, but he was scared. He was comfortable with doing what he wants to do. And that's it. Okay? We must challenge ourselves, because if you do not know what you can do beyond your comfort zone, you will never know yourself. And it's like that stress test. If I didn't go on the stress test, I wouldn't know how lousy my heart is pumping. Okay? So after that, I quit that diet. I had to reject all the nasi kandar, which I like. Okay? So you wouldn't know. So you need to push yourself. And a lot of our youth don't push ourselves. And I go to Indonesia, okay? I don't go to Indonesia to the big offices. I follow my wife, who's an entrepreneur. And she buys things in Indonesia and sells it over here on Facebook and so on. So I carry the bags for her. Okay? So I go to Mangga Dua. I go to all these places. And I see how hardworking the Indonesians are. How much they have to carry on their backs to transport, from the factory to where the retail shops are. And these are shop owners. Do we have shop owners in Malaysia like that? No. Who's doing our job? The Banglas, probably the Indonesians. But do we sweat? Have we lost our work ethics of working hard? Pushing ourselves like we used to. Because we are concerned, because maybe we have forgotten that. Next slide. Do you have the balls? Obviously, I can't put red balls here. So I have to golf ball, soccer ball, billiard ball, basketball. So you need to have the courage. You need to know that if you are not brave enough to do whatever you want to do. So the question is that, what's the bravest thing that we have done? I know sometimes we go out, we jump off airplanes, or we go to Taman Negara, which I just did, which was scary. Okay, but it was fun. I made a new friend circle. Put your hand. He brought us there. He's a very experienced guide, so he kept us safe. But me and my wife, man, we were talking about beaches and everything. But it was fun. But we went beyond our comfort zone and tried to get the courage to do it, because we want to experience new things. But do you have the ball? I started SKALI not because I was forced to start SKALI. Okay? I started SKALI because we got fed up as being merchant bankers and seeing how we can shuffle a few pieces of paper and make somebody rich. We were tired of privatizing government assets and giving them to somebody and said, hey, immediately they were millionaires and billionaires. We said, what's the value of that? Where is the innovation? And at that time, the IT was coming out, the .com was coming in, people were talking about innovation and so on. And we said, we want to start a company. So we all left our fat-paying jobs and our expense accounts. We were under Datuk Nazir Razak and Syahini. I think we also tired of him bossing us around. And we all left, and I think he's a good boss, he trained us well, and he gave his blessings, and he supported us to start a new company, and we started SKALI. And we didn't know anything about IT. The most that I did about IT was when I did some simple flight simulator programming at the age of 9 years old. Okay? And I was fixated with programming at the age of 9. Until I reached 13, I found out about girls. And I was about men. Okay? So, you know, that's the only programming I did. And then the other thing was that I was the most junior in CIMB corporate finance. They would dump me with all the mediocre stuff to be done. And somehow or other, I do not know why, but when I went to school, they taught me how to type. So I can type very fast, faster than the secretaries, without looking at the keyboard. Okay? Anybody can do that? Did you still teach that? No. I must be really old. But you know, the hard typing like okay, but they taught me. I can type 36 words per minute. Okay? And so all the typing was done by me. All the word processing was done by me, even though I'm just an executive. Okay? That time, word processing, well, there's no Microsoft Word, they use Microsoft WordPerfect at that time. Who remembers WordPerfect? 1, 2, my God, you're old. Well, WordPerfect, yes, it was really lousy. You know the drag and drop where you can put boxes in Microsoft Word? You can drag from one corner to that. So you know that in WordPerfect last time, we had to code it, then we had to put the dashes properly and so on. That's how difficult WordPerfect was. Well, because I know typing, they asked me because the secretaries had too many reports. And you know cut and paste in Microsoft Word?
Yes.
You know what we do when corporate finance in 1990s? We actually cut and paste. Literally. We cut the old report, okay, because it's standard paragraphs and prospectuses, and then we actually staple in the new report and cancel the company names. So it's like Faber, you cancel it to Pinting. It's the same paragraph. It's actually done. We actually do that. Okay, that's how backwards the IT was. And you know, I had to do that, and I learned a lot. And the thing is that, and then PowerPoint came out. You know, Bill Gates came with PowerPoint. And you know the transparencies, I don't know if you have it, but the transparencies is clear color, you put it over the overhead projector, you close it and open it, and it comes out. Well, that's what we used to have, and we had a computer, and we figured it out, and soon I was doing basically PowerPoint presentations for everybody in the company. So these are things that I was learning and so on. I wasn't afraid of not doing new things, because I was the most junior, I was probably being bullied and was given everything to be done. But I learned a lot. And there's a staff in SKALI who learns a lot because he took the volunteer to actually do that. He learned how to do sales, he learned how to do programming, and he's probably one of our management leaders right now because he's so versatile. He can do a lot of things. But I see a lot of my staff, a lot of young generation, they're stuck and they're scared of doing new things. And failure is something that we are all scared of. But we have to learn that failure is actually a process. It's not. You have to fail to learn. So don't be scared of failing to make mistakes. Next slide. What's your value? Let's look. I talk about Nasi Kandar because I like to do Nasi Kandar. Our office used to be in Nasi Kandar Pelita kat depan ni. And why we moved there was because our office was in UPN and our meetings were in KLCC. And we were mostly stuck in KLCC at Nasi Kandar. So we said, oh, we're going to put an office over there. Well,